Hey there, doobies. Like, Dollhouse, Scoobies? Get it? No? Okay, let's talk about a little show that's been left to live in the attic. Whedon's fame has come from a slew of popular shows like Buffy, Angel and Firefly. Hell, the guy even brought the Avengers to life. But, like the man himself, there are skeletons in the closet. Or dolls in the attic. There's an irony that the one Whedon show no one talks about is literally about an organisation that no one talks about. So let's, talk about it. Dollhouse was a little show that aired between 2009 and 2010 and was set to be a vehicle for Eliza Dushku to take centre stage. There's an interesting mix of characters, with a new cast joining Dushku, along with guest roles and cameos from other Whedon projects. But more than anyone, I have to tip my hat to Enver Gokaj, whose performances were second to none. I suppose I'd better explain what I mean by performances to anyone who's unfamiliar. Like all Whedon shows, this was a highbrow ensemble piece looking at the human condition through the guise of a sci-fi action drama that tackled deeper themes of consent and what it means to be human. Here's a basic attempt at explaining that concept. Imagine you could pay for a night. Like, you know. But imagine the girlfriend experience was the experience. Literally everything. Anything. Like, she or he or whatever wasn't just a physical experience, but could be any experience.
It's time for her to go. I had to get to her carriage before it turned into a pumpkin.
What? These genuine experiences come in all shapes and sizes, and they're not cheap. The Dollhouse works by taking people and downloading their mind onto a hard drive, leaving the body to be an empty shell. The house then imprints on it a new personality, handcrafted for the assignment. So imagine a giant secret corporation that deals with the elite of society, and you can hire a person for anything to be anyone. Well, romantic getaways is just the beginning. How about corporate espionage? Or the perfect assassin? The show was originally planned to go for 5 seasons, but was cut short at only 2. This becoming a familiar feeling for Whedon and Fox that has now become so notorious even Family Guy had to take jabs at it.
We've just got to accept the fact that Fox has to make room for terrific shows like Dark Angel, Titus, Undeclared, Action, That 80s Show, Wonder Falls, Fastlane, Andy Richter Controls the Universe, Skin, Girls Club, Cracking Up, The Pits, Firefly, Get Real, Freaky Links, Wanda at Large, Costello, The Lone Gunman, A Minute with Stan Hooper, Normal, Ohio, Pasadena, Harsh Realm, Keen Eddie, The Street, American Embassy, Cedric the Entertainer, The Tick, Louie, and Greg the Bunny.
Is there no hope?
Well, I suppose if all those shows go down the tubes, we might have a show.
Despite being cancelled, the showrunners ensured that they told the story they were trying to achieve, despite some sudden pacing changes from slow burn to breakneck speed. The shame here being all the content we didn't get. Like with Firefly, it makes you wonder what the show could have grown into with more time. The themes of the show are a little less subtle than things like Buffy and Angel, where they're portrayed as an allegory rather than a story. Here the themes are woven into the plot. Having people's memories wiped and left as a hollow shell grapples with the idea of memory and identity. Who are we, or who would we be if it not for our memories? How are we shaped, moulded, and can we be? The dolls represent the commodification of human beings, layering a number of concepts around prostitution and body autonomy. This opens up a conversation of exploitation and consent, though the individual has signed a contract to be used as a doll. But once they're in that state, they're given assignments, usually in a sexual nature. In the doll-like state, they have no choice over these assignments. These power dynamics are only enhanced by the themes of capitalism and corporate control that underpins the overall story. Where Dollhouse excelled was in the way that it was a covert spy thriller, while also being a more grounded character piece, toying with the concepts of morality and sacrifice. Unlike other Whedon works that have found places in the history books and still talked about today in greater pop culture, Dollhouse appeared to drop off the radar, relegated to being more of a footnote rather than heralded for its lofty ambitions. Perhaps like Icarus, they flew too close to the sun. If nothing else, it's an entertaining watch, and only being 2 seasons won't mean an overcommitment, so give it a go. Finally, I don't often do a call to arms, as I feel at this point it's somewhat implied by all creators in the very nature of them creating content. That said, if you are enjoying my content and like what I do, please consider subscribing, leaving a comment, or even just a like on the video. All these things go a long way to feeding the algorithm monster. Thanks for watching.